Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Recording in progress.
Hare Krishna, His Holiness Bhakti 𝐇𝐸𝐬𝐬 Swami Maharaj. Double pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for giving us your valuable time and association this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Without further ado, I would like to request you to please take over from here. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Jaya Damodara Kunja Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Om Vishnu Padaya Namaste. 𝐒𝐰𝐬𝐢𝐵𝐴 Fearlessness. Divine Grace of Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada ki jai. Anand Gaudiya Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Guru Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakti Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinan Shyama Ko Radha Kunja Giri Gauravan ki Vrindavan Dham ki Mathura Dham ki Navadvip Mayapur Dham ki Jagannath Puri Dham ki Yamuna Mai ki Ganges Mai ki Tulasi Devi ki Bhakti Devi ki Samaveta Bhakti Vrinda ki Nitai Gaura Premananda. O glorious assembled devotees. O glorious assembled devotees. All glorious assembled devotees. Glories to Sri Sri Guru Sri Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prita Bhutale Shamate Vati Chita Shamtina Namaste Krishna Padavu Padashitami Gaura Karana Shakti Vati Tutitina. Can you use this one again? This one is not connecting. What is it?
This? Your data is good?
What do you want to do? What do you want to do? You want to connect? Yeah, phone is on. Hotspot is on. You see this one, let's see.
Yes, good.
It's on. Hotspot is on. What's your name? You can check it out.
I'm connected to you.
Well, let's try this one. Which one will work? It's connected?
Yes, I'm running in Zoom.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanandana Salakaya Chakshurunmanitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Vedati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurun Sriyuta Padakam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanta Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajiva Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanam Sahidam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakam Vitam Sa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Kusavana Siti Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vancho Kalpatarugyascha Kripasundhyayevasa Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Srila Prabhupada ki
Uma Mataji is calling us. She will connect us on audio to their call, not on video, because network is poor.
Is she going to call?
Yes, then they will be able to hear you on Zoom like that. So she's calling me now. Uma Mataji.
Connected?
Internet is connected.
See how it still works.
Try to put like in the window directly.
Outside.
Yeah, outside so it can have better reception.
Recording in progress. Fearlessness, and therefore the demigods decided to take shelter of the Lord. I think Maharaj has joined. Thank you, Masterji.
And try to put it high so it gets better. Try to put it high.
Sorry for the. Let's see. Okay. Hare Krishna, I'm very sorry for the disconnection. Network problem. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare
Please
Krishna.
accept humble obeisances, all goes to Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj, we already read the verses I gave it to you.
You have already read the verse?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I will read my own now.
Maharaj, we can share the screen and you can read it again.
Okay, share the screen. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 9. Appearance of the demon Vritrasura. Text 19, 20, 21. So text 19. Tam nijak nur abidrutya sagana vibudhara shabha swairi swairi divyastra shastrogaim sugrasadhani krishna saham. The demigods, no, what was it? Tam, him, Nijaknuhu, struck, Abidrutya, running to, Saganaha, with soldiers, Vibudha Rishabha, all the great demigods. Swahi, Swahi. What Divya, transcendental, Astra, bows and arrows, Sastra, Ogai, different weapons. Saha, he, Britra, Asat, swallowed, Tani, them, the weapons. Krishnasa, all together. Translation. The demigods headed by Indra charged the demon with their soldiers, striking him with their own transcendental bows and arrows and other weapons, but Vritrasura swallowed all the weapons. Text 20. Tataste Bhishmata Sarve Visana Krasta Tejaha Patyam Cham Adi Purusham Upatas Stu Samahitahan. Struck with wonder and disappointment upon seeing the strength of the demon, the demigods lost their own strength. Therefore, they all met together to try to please the super soul, the supreme personality of Godhead, Narayana, by worshipping him. 21. Text 21. Shri Deva Uchu. Vayu Ambaragni Apshita Sastri Loka Pramadayo ye vayam udvijantaha Harama jasmai balim antakoso Pibeti jasman haranam tatuna. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace. 𝐶 Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada 𝐾𝐻. The demigod said, please repeat. The three worlds are created. By the five elements. Namely ether. Air. Fire. Water. And earth. Which are controlled by various demigods, beginning from Lord Brahma, being very much afraid that the time factor will end our existence. We offer representations unto time. By performing our work as time dictates. The time factor himself, however, is afraid of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, let us now worship that Supreme Lord, who alone can give us full protection. Purport. When one is afraid of being killed, one must take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is worshipped by all the demigods, beginning from Brahma. Although they are in charge of the various elements of this material world, the words Pibeti Jasmat indicate that all the demons, regardless of how great and powerful, fear the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The demigods, being afraid of death, took shelter of the Lord and offered him these prayers. Although the time factor is fearful to everyone, fear personified is afraid of the Supreme Lord, who is therefore known as Abhaya, fearless. Taking shelter of the Supreme Lord brings actual fearlessness. And therefore, the demigods decided to take shelter of the Lord. That is the end of Srila Prabhupada's purport to text 21 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 9, entitled Appearance of the Demon Vritrasura. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. here we are seeing in Vritrasura defeated all the weapons of the demigods. Even Lord Indra's powerful weapon was defeated by Vritrasura. What will you do when all attempt fail? What will you do when all our attempts, the base of our intelligence, our knowledge, our ability, resources, if it's exhausted and you have not achieved your goal yet, what will you do?
We become perplexed. We don't know what to do.
For a foolish person will become bewildered, perplexed, confused. And when one becomes confused and bewildered, you have no direction. You have no intelligence to act. That is for a foolish person. But for intelligent person here in the sense of a devotee, what will a devotee do? A devotee in the sense of real devotee. What will a devotee do when all our attempt has failed? What is the next solution for us to do?
He goes for superior authority.
You surrender to Krishna. For intelligent person. So here the demigod, they are using their intelligence. Now they have failed in their strength. So what to do? The other day we are hearing about the importance of realization. Realizations or inspiration come from contemplation. When one contemplates, especially for something which is beyond our understanding, something which is beyond us, even materially speaking, in people who have invented something, they did it after deep concentration, meditation, and with that deep meditation and concentration on subject matter which is very, very difficult to resolve, one goes to sleep, you will wake up with something powerful, with answer. All invention came in this way. Meditation. What are we talking about? When we say meditation, we are looking at contacting the super soul. We are contacting the super soul. We have exhausted all our resources. So the source of all resources, the Supreme Personality of God, has to be consulted. And demigods are considering. They said, let us take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is feared by the demons whom we are fighting with. The demons also are afraid of Krishna. They are not fearless. Fearlessness, you see, with demons is on a false ground. It's not on a solid ground, it's on a false ground. What is the proof? What is the idea of using weapon? What is the idea? What is behind taking a weapon in your hand? When you take a weapon, what is the idea behind it? You're afraid. You're afraid. So this is defense. Because I'm afraid of you, so this is my defense. That I'm ready to contract you, this weapon, which is coming from the fear. A fearless person will not use any weapon. right? And in the forest, when Bhim was going to fight with Hidimba, did he use any weapon? Bhimsena. Most of his fighting, do you see any weapon with him? No. He doesn't carry weapon. Why? He's fearless. He's fearless. That is Satriya. He's fearless. When you see Satriya riding on a horse with weapon, you should know that is a secondary thing. You know the primary thing. The primary thing for Satriya is also religious, not just violence. Violence is a last option, not the first option. So the Satriyas who are really Satriyas, they are fearless. So all the time you see, except on a rare occasion, he is fighting with his fist, not with weapon. So the demons are also using weapons. They are well equipped with weapons. Means what? They are fearful. They are fearful. Even Ravana is fearful. He has varieties of weapons. And he was fighting the monkeys who were having no weapons. He was using missiles and very powerful weapons on them. They are all afraid. So demigod said, this is intelligence. The person that is feared by all, including a fear personified, is Lord Antaryami, the super soul in the heart of all living entities. Let us offer our respectful obeisances unto him, invoking his mercy so that we can win the battle. So for a devotee, when we have a challenge, Prabhupada said it here, when one is afraid of being killed, what to do? One must take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why? Because he is feared by fear personified. So Kapila Muni said that in Bhagavatam, Mat Bayat, Bhati, Batuyam, Suratapati, Mat Bayat. Indra is afraid of Krishna, he sent rain. The sun is afraid, so he shined. The moon is afraid, so he maintained vegetation for existence. Even Mritu Charati, Mat Bayat, Yamaraj that is feared by everyone is afraid of Lord Narayan. Yamaraj, you never see him late one day, except when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered Jagannath Mother. That is the only time, and few other occasions, there are few other occasions that Yamaraj did not perform his duty. In his normal circumstances, he's always alert. He's conscious of his duty. Why is he so conscious of his duty? Because he knows someone superior to him is behind him and he's going to give account. Therefore, he's never late. We are late because we are not conscious of Krishna. So we are late. We are whimsical, we can misbehave. But you never see responsible people getting late. Why? They realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So let us take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is feared by even the demons who are fighting us. He is worshipped by all the demigods beginning from Brahma, although they are in charge of the various elements of the material world. Still, they are afraid of the Supreme Personality of God. No one is free from fear in this world. No one is free from fear. A person who is free from fear is a pure devotee. It's free. Why? Because fear signifies many things. Fear. signifies, first of all, fear means sin. One is sinful. So we are afraid to die. That is one signal. When there is fear, that is a signal that one is sinful. The result of our sinful activities comes upon us. So we're afraid that somebody superior to us is there, even though we don't even see. It may be true, may not be true. See, fear is defined as negative because it is something which is not fully defined. It may be true, it may not be true. But we assume because we are conscious or unconsciously conscious about someone superior to us. So there is fear. Fear also means that someone is thinking negatively about us. If someone is thinking negatively about us, so there's fear. Also, fear means something wrong. Something wrong. One should be careful. So in this way, all conditioned souls are filled of fear because we're sure what's going to happen the next time. We're not sure. But pure devotees are free from fear. Our Prabhupada is called Abhay, Charana Ravinda. He has taken full shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is feared by fear personified. Everyone is afraid. Everyone is afraid of something. But Krishna is fearless. So he is described to be independent. He is the only one who is fully independent because according to 𝐤𝐢𝐧𝐝𝐵, there is no one to compete with him. There's no one to compete with him. There is no equal. There's no one above him. So he is fully independent and is fearless. And because he's fearless, devotees who have taken his shelter are also fearless. So one can become fearless or free from fear only by taking shelter of Krishna. So the demigods are thinking, all our weapons, all our intelligence, all of our strength has failed. If you are fighting with somebody, if you are fighting with an enemy, and you have exhausted all the strength you have, all the weapons you have, you're exhausted. What's the next thing? Fear of death. Now you have used everything you have, and you can't do him anything. That means that now, if he raises his own weapon, you'll be finished. So intelligently, the demigods say, let us take shelter of Krishna, because they are aware that no one can defeat Krishna in anything. No one can fight with Krishna and remain alive. Although the time factor is fearful to everyone, fear personified is afraid of the Supreme Lord, who is therefore known as Abhaya, fearless. Time. When we look at time, what do we think when we look at time? When we say time, what are we looking at? Time. The moment you say time, what should come to the mind? What are we looking? Time.
How fast it goes away and how less it is.
A person who deteriorates everything. Deteriorate everything in this world, as far as this material is concerned. Time deteriorate everything. So it's calculated as past, present, and future. that is time. It changes everything. Look at all of us. See how time works. Changing everything, but who sees? Who sees? So our culture, they use the word imperceptibly. Time destructs imperceptibly. Means that we don't realize how time is destroying us. But there are a lot of signal. There's a lot of signal given by time. A lot. But still we don't see it. Gray hair means what? I've shaved my hair now. If you have seen before I shave it, so it's white. Means what?
Old age.
Signal. Signal that the time to change this body is near. It's getting closer. So what to do? What to do? If you are listening carefully to the time, what to do? Get ready. Prepare for the exam. A student who prepares for the exam will smile at the examination hall. Right? When the time of death comes, one who is prepared will not be angry with death, with everybody. Many devotees are giving out the body lamenting and fearful and angry. It means what? Couldn't make it. Couldn't make it. You're not prepared. Although the signals are there. Arthritis and joint pains means what? Indigestions, even though you have appetite to eat, indigestions, what means what? The time is telling. The time is knocking on our doors. But who hears? Who hears? That is time. Right? Before you can stand up very, very easily and go, but now you have to struggle to stand. Means what? The time is knocking. Adibo, are you hearing me? I get in my knock, I'm warning you. Are you ready? That is time. When we look at time, we should think about death. Death. Time means death. And Krishna said in Bhagavatam, time, I am what? The destroyer of everything. That is time. But time is Krishna in the material world. It moves and changes everything. Time in the spiritual world, which is Krishna, stands one place. Therefore, the time does not control Krishna in the spiritual world. The time represents Krishna only here in the material world. So it changes everything and contributes. That even when Krishna himself comes here, Krishna has calculated 125 years. That is time. When you calculate, means time. What is calculation? There is no calculation in the spiritual world. Right? But here there is time. Means there is death here. So we call Martya Loka, the place of death. So one should not be surprised that death comes. The people that are crying, if you cry, will this change the situation? The person will come back because they're crying too much. Okay, let me not go. Then you come back and say, huh? No, I cannot go now because they're crying too much. See how they're crying. They're so miserable. Let me not cause them pain. Let me come back and stay. That will not happen. So therefore, the word cruel time is used. The time is cruel. That's the word is used. Time is cruel. Why time is cruel? Because it does not listen to our whatever situation. It doesn't listen to our cries. It does not listen to our lamentation. So what is the use of lamenting? What is the use of lamenting? Lamentation will bring anything back? Crying will bring anything back? Better to use our intelligence by surrendering to Krishna. This is what the demigods are teaching. What they are teaching. Surrender to Krishna. If Krishna is our shelter, if we have taken Krishna as our shelter, the supreme shelter, the devotees are praying. In Chaitanya Bhagavad, the devotees are praying. Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Prabhu, please place your two lotus feet on the throne of my heart. If that happens, do not be afraid of death. Do not be afraid. Do not be worried of what will happen. And in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna told us, Idam Gyanam Upashritya. Take shelter of this knowledge. If you take shelter of this knowledge, one will not be afraid or disturbed or worried when there is creation or when there is destruction. When there is birth or when there is death, one will not be disturbed. There's no need to cry, to wait for anything if we take shelter of this knowledge given by Krishna, which is maintained for our own benefit by our acharyas. They maintain, they keep it, and they continue to repeat it, so that we cannot say that we do not know. We can't say that we don't know. We know, but we don't apply it. So it's as good as we don't know, because we don't apply it. Otherwise, we have been told many times. So the demigods, they are using the intelligence here. Let us take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the shelter. It's the shelter of everyone. Because by taking shelter of him who is feared, by fear personified, we will never have any difficult situation to worry about. There's no difficult situation to worry about. We will be happy in all situations. The pure devotees are very happy in all situations. So, a Krishna came here 5,000 years ago. If we watch very carefully, you'll see that Krishna killed the most powerful demons as a baby, not as a man, as a baby. What is the message? What Krishna is doing now? What is the message that he's giving to us? By this, killing all the most powerful demons as a baby. 3 months. When the Krishna started his killing of the demons, 3-month-old baby. What will the 3-month-old baby do? Even if you're 5-years-old baby, what will the 5-year-old baby do? The Krishna started killing the most powerful demons, most powerful ones. It's a baby. Just 3 months. He's killing so many gigantic, mighty demons who have tormented demigods for years. Krishna killed all of them to show us that if you take his shelter, we don't have to worry about any person, even as powerful as Kamsa or Ravana or Pralambasura or Dhenukasura, Bharsasura, Bakasura, all the suras, as powerful as they are. Krishna is teaching us, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Take shelter, don't be afraid. That confidence we must have. Huh? So, Naveen Prabhu was sharing what was this afternoon in the seminar. So one day Srila Prabhupada asked his disciples, are you convinced? No, I'm asking. Are you convinced? I'm asking you. The same thing they did. They were silent. They were silent. Properly asking, repeated, are you convinced? Are you convinced?
Yes.
Are you sure? Are you sure that you are convinced? If I pinch you, you will not cry? Yes, you should be sure. You should be sure what they're doing because they can teach you something. When Prabhupada asks, are you sure? Devotees who are aware of the potency of the spiritual master are very careful. Very silent. Where is he going? I want to be sure first. Because if you give answer now, he may catch. So they were careful. They were silent and looking at each other. Where Prabhupada is going. So he has been teaching us for years now, and now today he's asking, Are you convinced of what I've been teaching you all this year? Are you convinced that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? You get it now? Are you convinced that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Are you convinced?
Yes.
Liar. You see, I told you. I told you. Is anyone here free from fear? Anyone here free from fear? So where's the conviction? What is the conviction? Fear means what? I don't trust Krishna is there to protect me. I'm not sure. So we're not convinced. It's a supreme person. A person who is fully convinced that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, is above everything, everything is under him, and he is not controlled by anything, will be fearless. That is conviction. This conviction is not philosophical, it is spiritual, due to purity. Due to purity. When there is purity, that conviction will become very strong. Yes. So, Prabhupada is not joking when he asks, are you convinced? But because he can see that we don't have that conviction. And if we are not convinced, like if you don't have faith in someone, you are not going to give in your best to that person. If you don't have a trust, you cannot give in your best. Because they're going to cheat me. So I'm careful. I won't give you my best. Only when there is full conviction. His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj said, the reason why I took risk in this movement is to show all of you my faith in Krishna. That's conviction. It's purity. It is not just philosophy. It's not philosophy. It's purity. With the purity one can demonstrate this conviction that we're talking about. The one is fully convinced that if you are told, jump off the cliff, Jai, Hare Krishna, I will jump. That is conviction. Do we have that? That is conviction. Not theoretically. Presenting the philosophy and say, yes, Gurudev, I'm fully convinced to follow you. Okay, let's go. Can I come tomorrow? That's conviction? No. If you're convinced, let's go now. Yes, let's go. Yes, let's go. We'll go. I've seen many weddings. Many weddings. So when they ask, are you ready to accept Bhakti Das as your husband? Come what may. Yes! Are they still together? No, they have separated. But he shouted, yes! I'm ready to Bhakti Das, my husband for life. But after 1 year, that yes is not taken. The yes has disappeared. This is conviction. Conviction that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is purity. So, the demigods are very convinced. That is why they're taking shelter of Krishna. That if you take his shelter, everything else can change, but Krishna will not change. That conviction is with there. Krishna cannot change. Sri Upanishad said what? The Supreme Lord who has been maintaining everyone since time immemorial. Means what? That is Krishna's nature. That is Krishna's nature. He's not going to change. We can change, but Krishna will not change. So when we are convinced that Krishna's position, we will be fearless. in Krishna consciousness, be fearless in our life. Be fearless. Conviction will make that, will bring that fearlessness. You can take full shelter of Krishna. Don't we hear many times, the Pujari worshipping the deities, worshipping the deities, they heard that Muslims are coming to attack the temple, bury the deities on ground and run away. We have not heard that many times. Yeah? Pujari is worshipping Krishna. So if he's convinced that the deity is worshipping is Krishna directly and is here to take care of me, will they do that? The deity Madhavendra Puri dug from the ground. What did Krishna tell him? The Pujari worshipping me heard that the Muslims were coming to attack. He buried me on the ground and ran away. So I've been here suffering. Please come and take me out. I've been waiting for you. When will my Madhavendra Puri come and take me? My devotee will come. I've been waiting. This is what Krishna told him. Is that conviction? Is that fearlessness? Does that mean that he's doing deity worship? I don't worship we have been doing all along. Many of us are doing anti-worship. Even in this court, they're doing anti-worship. Why we are not convinced about Krishna? So we are not fearless. The demigods are convinced. So they are taking shelter. Let us give our life to Krishna because this is the only shelter. With Krishna, we will be able to defeat all our enemies. And no one can defeat Krishna. They have that conviction. So they are surrendering. We can surrender our lives only when we are fully convinced. We surrender to Lord Krishna by taking his shelter. So we can learn from the demigods and give ourselves to Krishna. As Prabhupada ended the purport. Taking shelter of the Supreme Lord brings actual fearlessness, and therefore the demigod decided to take shelter of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Dandavat pranam to you.
Thank
All
you.
glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Jai.
Very beautiful class, Maharaj. Thank you so much. I love how you said generally somebody is consciously conscious about someone superior to us. So beautiful, Maharaj. But certainly a devotee is fearless, as you said, Maharaj. But of course, somebody like me, my bhajan is not that strong still, Maharaj. I still get fearful of the situations, of the relatives, of the responsibility, and so many things, Maharaj. So please bless me that my bhajan can be stronger, Maharaj. And I love, Maharaj, how you gave the example that time changes everything, and how you gave the examples of the signals, Maharaj. It was so funny. Other day I was looking at one hair. I said, one hair is coming white. Signals are there, Maharaj. So true, Maharaj. It pushes you to do something, right? So, but we are so fortunate, Maharaj. Every day when I think of Srila Prabhupada and I think of what Srila Prabhupada has gave us, I feel just so much fortunate. Otherwise, the life was just a joke, Maharaj, right? We were doing whatever we were taught. We were following whoever not. But right now, we at least have a goal, Maharaj, what has to be done. So thanks to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Such a beautiful class, Maharaj. Maharaj, with your permission, we can go to the question answer session, Maharaj. If somebody has any questions, any devotees has any question, Maharaj?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Dear devotees, if anybody has any questions, any realizations for Maharaj, please go ahead, raise your hand or unmute yourself. Hare Krishna.
Anyone from here? Any comments? There's a question from here. There's a question here.
Hare Krishna, Anuradha Mataji, Dhanva Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Maharaj, as you were saying about purity, and when Prabhu was also mentioning that sadhana is weak, so we cannot be fearless as we are expected to. How do we bring, like as the days are passing in Bhakti, I don't know what will be my last day. And if I'm just waiting that someday I'll be mature, and that day if I'm not mature, and I die in that state, I don't know if I'll be human again or not. So how do we get that seriousness even today, Maharaj?
We get the seriousness to practice through association, and also in association we hear. Although I have mentioned many times from my experience that many devotees also are not hearing, because our minds are fully occupied with so many garbages. So it blocks us from hearing attentively. So you see in the class, some devotees are giving their own class, or they are on the cell phone, or managing but worrying about so many unnecessary things which will come, may not come. So we don't really hear. But we'll get free if we can practice hearing. We can hear. And to hear we need a good association. Good association, a person who will speak out of his love for us. Not because the person want to teach us his intelligence, his knowledge, but the person who wants to help us share his love with us by speaking for Krishna Katha. So if you can seek such association to hear, we will make it. Krishna will send us so many things that we need to experience. And it is not also our focus to worry about how we are going to live the body. We should worry about how we are following the teachings Krishna has given to us. How we are taking into consideration the quality of our sadhana. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna told us to do two things. And that is chapter 4, text 9. And Krishna said, if we can spend our time discussing his mysterious appearance and wonderful activities, the two things. If we spend our time with these two things, we'll succeed. But if we spend our time worrying about how we are going to live, are we going to go back to God or not, we'll simply waste our time and we'll not get anything. But if we spend our time, they say judiciously, by trying to understand or study the mysterious appearance and wonderful activities of Krishna, which himself discovers the bien, then we will make it. And that is what we should focus on. All right?
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Also, please give your blessing so that I can follow whatever instruction you gave, Maharaj. Please give your blessing to all of us on Bhakti Sanga. Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna Dandavat.
His Holiness Radha Maharaj, a few years ago, he took devotees to Nasik here in India, and he spoke for 4 hours. He was speaking 4 hours all together at the Nasik. And then one devotee said, Guru Maharaj, please send your blessing. I have spent 4 hours with you. That is what is that? I spent 4 hours with you talking about Krishna Katha. We're not talking about how to gratify the senses. We'll be talking about Krishna for 4 hours, speaking and hearing. What is that? It's messy. So, speaking about Krishna and guiding us how to have a healthy Krishna conscious life, that is messy. Let's continue to hear nicely. We'll make it. And most important thing, we should always practice what we hear. Always. All right?
Thank you, Maharaj. Very beautiful answer. And Maharaj, please do come back so we continue getting your blessings. Maharaj, there is our very senior devotee, His Grace Praladanda Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danva Pranam.
Danva Pranam Prabhuji, Raj Prabhuji, and the Maharaj, maybe do Mutuya Africa, maybe do Dr. Yuko, Sasa, maybe do a devotee. I know little Bantu there, that's why I was speaking in Bantu language. But all your lecture is so enlightening and so much, emphasis on preparing. And that reminds me the very beautiful bhajan of Govinda Das. And if you allow me, I want to sing a little there. Is it okay, Maharaj, to sing that bhajan?
Yeah, well, why not? It's Krishna Katha.
Okay.
What is Krishna?
It says, Bhajahure Mana Sri Nandanandana Abhay Charanarvindra Durlabha Manava Janam Sat Sange Tarvahe Bhava Sindhure Bhajahure Manu Sri Nandanandana Abhay Charanarvindra. And the last stanza, what you are emphasizing is Sravana Kirtana Smarana Bandhana Pad Sevana Dasare Pujana Sakhi Jana Atma Nivedana Govinda Dasa Vilasa Govinda Dasa Vilasa. So it is our Vilas Maharaj to engage into any of these 9, especially Sravana and Kirtana. And that's how Bhagavan Krishna will give us shelter at his lotus feet. And thank you very much for allowing me to speak, Maharaj. Hare
Krishna. When I was doing music, this is one of the songs, one of the tracks. I sang it like this in a Sanskrit word, not in English. But I give the explanation in English, but I sang it like this. So people can get the sound, whether you understand or not. That is the one thing with music, it has potency. So you can influence people with music. So I sang it like that. So one of the tracks. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Pranananda Prabhu. There's a question from here. There's one question from here. Devotees are also here. Yes, Anurag Prabhu.
Yes, Maharaj.
Maharaj, since we are reading the section between Indra and Vritrasura, I was just wondering that first Indra stole the horse of Maharaj Prithu, then he offends his guru and then asks the Rishi for the bones, and then Vritrasura is also a great devotee of the Lord that we see. Then even when Vamandev captures Bali Maharaj, the actual winner is Bali Maharaj there. Indra gets heaven, but Bali Maharaj gets the service of Vamandev. Indra also showers the thunder clouds on Govardhan Hill. So it seems that he is doing a lot of things that might be offending a lot of devotees and the Supreme Lord himself. But in Brihad Bhagavatamrit, Narad Muni goes to Indra and glorifies him with many aspects. So how do we understand this entire big picture?
Okay. Did you get the question?
Yes, Maharaj, we can hear it.
Okay. Yes. When we look at Indra's life, like as accounting, he has done so many mischievous things, so many. But you also notice that he still remains in the what is behind all this? So Krishna is teaching us something, that Ishwaras should not be judged. Ishwaras, they have a special position. Indra is an Ishwara, he has a big position. So even here in the material world, A manager who has served a company for 30 years, if he's still billions, he will not be sacked. He will be asked to resign honorably, but not sacked. A clerk is someone who just come 2 years ago. If he's even 5,000 rupees, he will be sacked. Because of the position and the services they have rendered, so it's considered. So Indra has a big position. So although he has done so many sinful things, and he's habituated to do all kinds of sinful things. Would chastise him, we never remove him from the position. He still keeps him there because he has occupied a very important, big position. That is what Krishna is teaching us by that. And even when the Brahmas children laughed at him, they became demons. The Prabhupada gave him the purport. Because he's an Ishwara. You don't insult an Ishwara if you do something wrong. We can overlook that, even though it is wrong. But because of the services I've rendered, which is not easy to be in such a big position and do something right. So better to correct than to destroy. It's easy to remove somebody. It's very easy. But to maintain the person is not easy. So if you can keep a person and correct the person to continue serving, Prabhupada did this many times. Many times he did this. So it's wonderful. That is progress. Especially in a place where you get new people all the time, all people are not there. It's a very bad signal. Organization that you get new people but not old people. It's a bad signal. That society is not going to survive. Because, the youth have knowledge, but the wisdom is with the elders, not with the youth. And knowledge alone cannot sustain. Wisdom sustains. So in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna told Arjuna, I'm giving you knowledge and realization. He didn't say I'm giving you knowledge. I'm giving you both. Knowledge and the realization of this knowledge. This is 9.1. So you can maintain, you can sustain. So Krishna is teaching us through the life of Indra. Not that he appreciates what he's doing, but because of his position, he corrects him and he put him back. Even when he attacked him personally, and when Krishna chastised him, when he came to beg, Krishna said, I'm not interested in your position. Go back to your position. I'm not interested to see my devotees proud. That's why I checked this thing. Go back to your position. He didn't remove him, but he corrected him. So we can learn this from in our dealings. We can learn this. Instead of removing, you can correct, until the person do something which is really devastating. Then we can remove. All right.
Thank you.
Yes. There's another question from here.
Gurudev, I wanted to ask a question regarding the fear which you mentioned. The three types of fear. One is because we don't have conviction on Krishna. But other two which you mentioned was because of the negative thought that other person is having. And maybe something bad is about to happen. So does that affect the pure devotee because that has nothing to do with the conviction they have on Krishna?
Do you get the question?
Maharaj, if somebody can repeat it, was a little.
So the question was that Gurudev mentioned about the fear, the three types of fear. The one is because we don't have conviction on Krishna, but the other was that someone is having a negative thought about us, and the third was because something bad is about to happen. So the question goes like, so the other two types of fear which was mentioned, does that affect the pure devotees? Because the negative thought that the other person is having is nothing to do with the conviction what they have on Krishna.
Yes, Maharaj, very clear and loud, yes. Thank you.
Pure devotees are affected by our negative thoughts. They will feel it, but they will not be affected. That is why they are pure. They will feel it. But they will not give up Krishna consciousness because somebody projecting. No, that will not happen. But because it is also Krishna energy. It's Krishna energy. So they will feel like something is there, but it will go off after some time. They can push it off because they are not worried about it, and so they will not make an issue. They will not make it and take it as an issue. They will overlook, and they will even pray for those people who are projecting such negativity. They will pray for they will pray for them to become devotees so they can give up those negative habit which is harmful to themselves. Because when we think we are doing somebody something, we are in ignorance because we cannot do something. Whatever we do must surely come out of us. So the pure devotees are concerned about us. So they don't take our nonsense seriously, but they take the advantage of that to help us. And they pray for us, they forgive us. If they have chance, they will advise us, like Krishna did. Krishna did to Indra. Don't be proud. Don't waste our time with this vanity. He said, go back to your position. So you're not affected. All right.
Thank you, Maharaj. Very beautiful class, Maharaj. The essence of your class, Maharaj, forgetting Krishna is fear. So if we don't forget Krishna, there should be no fear. Maharaj, there is another question from Jyoti Mataji in chat box. Maharaj, if you have time, I'll read it for you.
Okay.
Maharaj, Mataji is asking, first of all, she's thanking you for the beautiful class, Maharaj, and a very inspiring class. And she's asking, how to cultivate selfless service attitude, Maharaj?
How to cultivate selfless service attitude. First of all, we should. But Gita location told us that renunciation comes from wisdom. Prabhupada wrote that book. Renunciation through wisdom. So we'll be able to give us something when we have knowledge about it. And we'll be able to do something all the time when we have knowledge about it. So to be selfless, we should know the benefit. Why should I be selfless? We should be selfless because those who are selfless are fully protected and maintained by Krishna. Krishna maintains everyone, just like a leader of a country. He will take care of everybody, but the children will take care more than. Why? Because they are more closer to him. Similarly, Krishna takes care of his devotee more than, although we are all his children, but he will take care of his devotees more because they are obedient children who have surrendered their lives to him. So if you look very carefully in our tradition, you see all our acharyas, they are all selfless people. And they are not miserable and they are not depressed. Selfishness brings depression because selfishness means what? Means that we are concentrating on me. Means what? Me means I'm putting myself in the center and forgetting that Krishna is the one in the center. Oh, I don't have this. Oh, I'm not like that. I am not like this. Oh, I'm supposed to be. Oh, this is me. So we are just in the center. And that is miserable life. So selflessness means that I am considering what I can do for others to help others. That is selflessness. By preaching Krishna consciousness to people, it is selflessness. By trying to help other people become Krishna conscious, that is selflessness. And it is when we know the value of something that we can put our energy into it. And when we know that the selflessness is what pleases Krishna the most. And Krishna said, one who preaches this knowledge to others is extremely dear. For eternity, not for some time, for eternity. So when we know this, okay, since this is the way to please Krishna, and I want to please Krishna, so I can also have all my my desire fulfilled by getting Krishna. So I will practice selflessness because that is the way we can please Krishna. So we have to have this understanding. Then we can start practicing being selfless. It's a wonderful quality. All these Krishna's qualities, if you want them, we have to associate with Krishna, hear about him, so know about the importance of this, and what benefit we're going to get from all this. As we mentioned, all around the world, there's millions of people who are very depressed, including Hare Krishna devotees, feeling depressed. You should know that depression is due to a suffocation of the soul. Why suffocation? The soul is not nourished because of selfishness. The soul is not being nourished. The soul is starving. That's what you call depression. The soul is starving. So we should release the soul from starvation by engaging in caring for people. 𝐁𝐸𝐴 Goswami said, when Krishna sees that this person is very much concerned about helping others, Krishna will personally start helping that person. People don't know this formula. And we are going, they say, beating about the bush. Did you hear that? You know that? Beating about the bush. This is what we do. This is ignorance. So that is the potency of selflessness. Krishna will personally start taking care. Because he sees that, oh, you're not taking care. And this is what he told him at the Vendepuri. Krishna told him, in my village, nobody fasts. Everybody bake something. If you don't have, you go bake something and eat. And if I see that the person is not begging and is fully surrendered, not begging, is self, I will personally come and feed that person. Take the milk. He didn't preach philosophy. He came with a pot of milk. You take this milk and drink. Krishna did it. He was saying it practically with the milk in his hand. You take this. But when I put it, took and enjoyed it. That is Krishna. Taking care of those who are selfless. And Durga takes care of those who are selfish.
So true, Maharaj, so true. You spoke about our Goswamis, Maharaj. And every time we read the Goswami Ashtakam, you know, it's so beautiful. Tektva turnam shesha mandalpati shrenim sadatacchavat udvadina ganesha kaukarunaya kopina kantashritav. But Goswamis had everything, Maharaj. Good post, millions at that time, at that age, and they left everything and they went into service of Radha Krishna.
Yes.
So beautiful, Maharaj. So beautiful. Thank you, Maharaj.
When I went to excuse me, when I went to Sanatana Goswami's jail. Have you been there? Anyone has been? Who have been there? Sanatana Goswami's jail. Is that jail or mansion? That is mansion, not a jail. But he left it to come and wake up and stay on a tree. Is that normal? Is that normal? He left it. So it's a mansion. And I was saying, is this jail? But Krishna's not his jail. It's really jail. That is prison. But Sanatana Goswami, it's a mansion. Heavy mansion. Till today, our bulldozer cannot break it. Yes, that's how solid and concrete it is. But he left it to come and stay on a tree. We should not think that they are foolish. They know what they're doing. Srimati is taking care of them and giving them sweet rice every day. What an auspicious life. Yes, Prabhu, go on. Hare Krishna.
Please accept my humble senses. Just agree with us. Because you mentioned that in the material world, time is the representative of Krishna. He's controlling everything. But in the spiritual world, time is absent. And at the same time, we see Krishna has does his activities at a very specific time. He wake up at such time, then he take his breakfast and goes with his friends to herd the cows. Then in the evening, at a specific time, he returns, take his bath. So how we can understand how time is playing its role in the spiritual world of ours?
The 2019, when I was in US, and by this time, not even 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, the sun is still there. The sun, 9 p.m., 10 p.m., the sun is still there. Full, the sun is full day like this. So even here in material world, we are seeing this. And in London sometimes there's no night. How do people behave, right? No night. So how do people live? Right here in the material world, don't forget about the spiritual world. What is happening here? How do people live? They still go on with their activities. There's no night. The people still go on with activities. So it shouldn't be a big issue in the spiritual world. When Krishna sleeps, that is night. Whenever he sleeps, that is night. And when he goes to, that is day. When he goes to the forest, that is day. It doesn't have to be dark to call it night. That is how it functions in the spiritual world. Does it make sense to you?
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you very much, Maharaj.
Yeah. Okay. Can we take a break?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, there are many beautiful comments in the chat box, Maharaj. Many devotees are thanking you for the beautiful class, Maharaj, and for your presence from Bhakti Sanga Japa group. So, Maharaj, with your permission, if there is no questions, Shama Gauri Mataji, Hare Krishna, Dalva Pranam Mataji.
Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for coming on the call and giving your valuable time for us and giving such a nice, wonderful class. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for inviting Maharaj. So, dear devotees, it has been a long time. Maharaj has to leave. Thank you for questions answered, and thank you for staying back with us. So, dear devotees, let us pay our obeisance to Maharaj. Vancha kalaptaru prashita